Why You're Broke and Ignored. I know it's a harsh title, but let's be honest, it's a feeling that can really keep you up at night. Today, we're going to dig into exactly why that is, and more importantly, what you can do about it.
You ever have that feeling like you're just invisible? I mean, you're putting in the hours, you're doing genuinely brilliant work, but then when it's time for recognition, poof, it's like you weren't even in the room. And look, let's get one thing straight. This is not just in your head. It's not imposter syndrome. You are talented. You've got the skills, you've got the ideas, you have the drive. You are legitimately good at what you do.
So what gives? Why does it feel like other people who, let's face it, might not be as sharp as you, are constantly leapfrogging you? They're snatching the credit, getting the promotion, soaking up all the attention. It's maddening, right?
Well, here's the secret. It's because you're breaking the first and maybe the most important law of power. And you probably don't even realize you're doing it. See, this isn't about working harder. It's about understanding a hidden rule of the game that nobody ever teaches you. So let's crack open that hidden rulebook and talk about power law number 1. We're pulling this straight from Robert Greene's legendary book, The 48 Laws of Power. For decades, this has been the secret weapon for leaders, strategists, and anyone who wants to navigate the world more effectively. And we're starting right at the top. And here it is, Law 1, never outshine the master. Okay, it sounds a little dramatic, a little medieval, I get it. But in modern language, it's really simple. Make those above you feel comfortably superior. Your job is to make your boss, your mentor, your client feel totally secure and, frankly, brilliant. Now, here's the core psychology, and you really need to get this. When you display your talents too openly, you think you're inspiring admiration. But often, what you're actually creating is fear and insecurity. Your success can feel like a direct threat, and making the person in charge feel insecure, that is a very, very dangerous game to play. To really let this sink in, let's look at a tale of 2 guys from history. One who broke this law and failed spectacularly, and one who mastered it and succeeded beyond his wildest dreams. In one corner, we have Nicolas Fouquet, the incredibly brilliant finance minister to France's famous Sun King, Louis XIV. And in the other corner, we have the legend himself, Galileo Galilei, as he navigated the world of his powerful patrons, the Medici family. 2 geniuses, 2 very different outcomes. All right, let's start with Fouquet. His mistake was, well, it was a big one. To celebrate his brand new palace, he threw a party. But this wasn't just any party. This was the most magnificent, over-the-top, ridiculously lavish party Europe had ever seen. The problem? His guest of honor was the king, and Fouquet's party made the king's own celebrations look like a backyard barbecue. He didn't just outshine his master, he practically blinded him. The philosopher Voltaire summed it up perfectly. He said that at the start of the night, Fouquet was on top of the world. By the end of it, he was at the absolute bottom. All in just a few hours. The very next morning, the king had Fouquet arrested on completely made-up charges. He spent the last 20 years of his life rotting in a remote prison. His real crime wasn't stealing money. His real crime was making the king feel small. Okay, Fouquet's story is a terrifying warning. So how do you showcase your talent without threatening the people in charge? How do you win this game? For that answer, let's turn to a true master. Galileo was a genius, not just in science, but in power. He relied on the support of the powerful Medici family. So, when he made one of the greatest discoveries ever, the moons of Jupiter, he did something brilliant. Instead of taking all the glory for himself, he dedicated the discovery to his masters. He called the moons the Medicean stars, and basically said, look, the cosmos itself is celebrating the greatness of the Medici family. And that is the crucial difference. You see it? He didn't outshine the master. He made the master outshine everyone else. His brilliance wasn't a threat. It was a tool to magnify his patron's glory. He made them shine. And his reward? The Medici family made him their official court philosopher and mathematician. They gave him a full salary for life just to continue being brilliant. He played the game and he won. Big time. Okay, fascinating stories. But that was the 17th century. How does this apply to your life right now? Let's break it down into 3 modern scenarios you'll probably recognize. First, at your job. This is huge. You have a killer idea. Present it in a way that lets your boss take some ownership. You're not losing your idea, you're gaining a powerful ally. Second, social media. You get to collaborate with a bigger creator. Your only job is to make them look amazing. Don't compete for the spotlight. Shine it on them, and they'll bring you into their light. And finally, yeah, this even applies in relationships. Constantly correcting your partner or making them feel dumb is a terrible strategy. Let them feel smart. Let them feel secure.
Understanding the theory is one thing, but putting it into practice is what matters. So here is your simple 3-step action plan you can start using this week.
All right. Number 1, attribute your ideas. In the next meeting, find a way to publicly say something like, building on Sarah's great insight, even if the insight was yours. It works wonders. Number 2, ask for advice. It can be on something small. It shows you respect their expertise, and masters love giving advice. And number 3, downplay your talents. If you're amazing at Excel, let your boss be the one known as the data guru. Don't worry, people will still notice your competence.
Now, before we finish, there's a crucial warning. This law is a tool, okay? It's not a commandment. You don't follow it blindly because sometimes you absolutely have to break the rule. And here's the key exception, right from the source material. It's called the reversal. If your superior is weak, if they're on their way out, a falling star, then outshining them is actually the best move. Your brilliance can help push them out the door and position you as their replacement. But, and this is a huge but, you have to be certain they are falling. Patience and good judgment are everything here. Mastering this law is a huge step toward getting the recognition you deserve. Speaking of achieving goals, this explainer is funded by my AI startup EinsteinAI. We're building tools to help people crush their academic and career goals faster. If that sounds interesting, you can learn more by checking out the description. Thanks for watching.